high-grade G-Xiphos. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert Lucci 184 from gundam.cp9, and today I couldn't be more excited as it's a Pirate Palooza here. The G-Xiphos high-grade from Gundam Age and the spin-off manga is here, so let's take a look at what's inside the box. March 2013 release. 1,500 yen if you can make it out there from Bandai. They're going to be including some Gundam Tri-Age cards there, but otherwise it's got some great looking cover art. Always would be nice if that was a seal instead of written on the box for box collectors. And there it is, number 34 in the Coming to an End high-grade Gundam Age line. And don't forget, you can get this kit and lots more great Gundam and more from HobbyLink Japan, links down below. Fans of the Gundam Age anime know that this mobile suit was never animated, but for those that were following the guidance in the manga, over here you can see Gundam Age Memories of Sid. Here's the 3 volumes that are out. And basically, whatever happened to Asano in between the 2nd and 3rd generation, as he got called and he only had one more mission after the birth of his son, well, we got to see the Age 2 turn into the Dark Hound, which you'll see spinning around there in a moment. But it's even cooler to see the G-Xiphos here, which is an interesting take on another mobile suit that we're very familiar with. As the incredibly cool senpai Wolf Eniakel took his custom white mobile suits there, as you see the evolution until his final mobile suit, the G-Bouncer there, all done up in white, and then that's just my blue diva colors over there. You wonder if it would be blasphemy if you ever saw his variation all painted up in black pirate colors. But he's going to be a perfect complement here to the Basidian Space Pirates with their dark theme across the grades, advanced grade, and high grade. It's great that we're getting the G-Xiphos here in high grade. But from recent Super Sentai to One Piece, the juggernaut that it is, and going back in time to the manga Crossbone Gundam there, and the very influential Crossbone X2 in its dark colors, what shonen wouldn't want to pick up this manga or this kit? Box tour now with a fantastic looking front shot of a very cool look. The G-Bouncer already was quite popular amongst Gundam Age fans, and to see it here in the dark color scheme with a pirate theme all around it and great new weapons seems like a lot of fun. And you can see over there the plates that they're going to be laid out, as you've got a few variations in there. It looks like some blue and some white to go along with the otherwise very dark colors. From the back, you're going to have the familiar G-Bouncer thrusters over there, and they're going to be showing off the parts here. You're going to have a seal, it looks like, on that white part that goes across. The blue part up there for the camera lens, and here you have the heat sword, looking very, very powerful, and with some cool poses down there. If you take a look, he's actually, for a high grade, impressive that he's going to have 2 hands there on the hilt, and that's going to be because it's going to come with a custom hand part there, specifically for holding it. And if you notice, he doesn't have a left arm, very fitting for a pirate. Instead, he's going to have the Dodge Buster H, which is looking very cool and hookish, and there he is, up on an action base. Every pose you put this guy in seems like fun. Other side now, where you get some information about the development of the mobile suit there. You can see that the weapons list is incredibly short. When you go back and think about something like the Crossbone X1, it just seems like pirates always have a few tricks up their sleeves or their boots here. But it's just going to be the Heat Sword and the Dodge Buster H there, and for this variation of the G-Bouncer. Some cool looking CG down there as you get to see Asam in his Special Forces colors there. All white after Flit accepted that he was cool enough to lead his own squadron. And there he is, unpainted out of the box up on an action base too. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of colors they are here to go along with the darker ones that dominate the color scheme. But why speculate when you can take it out of the box to see what's inside? Starting with that Tri-Age card that's going to be dirtying up your cover there. Multicolored A-plate there, and it looks like it's going to be some gray to go along with a little bit of silver perhaps. A little bit of dark blue, almost purplish there to go along with gray for the inner frame. Some of these should be custom for the Xiphos. 2 large plates there, and a fair number of seals to go along with the manual. There should be a lot of plate similarities here to Wolf's G-Bouncer, and here on the A-plate, 4 colors, always good to see. And you can see that the gray here is going to be labeled just G-Bouncer up there. You've got the blue there for the camera lens and for the eyes, even though you do have seals to cover those up if you do want to go ahead and make them slightly metallic green. But it's sort of cool to see the way Bandai planned this out, that this special hand attachment here is going to be molded onto the A-plate even though it's attached on here. For the Heat Sword, it's looking sort of cool because this is somewhat a little bit shiny and metallic looking here, so you've actually got some cool silver parts over there. And when you take a look at the other color on this A-plate, it's always great to see a 4-color one, something we don't see all that often here. This is also going to be just a little bit silver or gray here, not metallic whatsoever, but I would have expected white to go in contrast with the otherwise dark kit. B-plate also for the G-Bouncer, and the first thing you're going to notice about it is that it's not black like the Dark Hound here. This is going to be a lot more similar to the other Vicidian pirate suits there. And you can see that if you take a look in the manual that some of the parts, like the shoulders, are going to be X'd out, as the Xiphos is actually going to have his own custom parts, which are going to begin here on the C-plate, which is labeled for the G-Bouncer, and it's sort of cool that compared to the B-plate, it is going to be different colors there. So with the all-white, we sort of got used to not seeing color differentiation. Good to see that we're going to be getting even more over here. The beam sabers, those are going to be X'd out, but of course if you've got some extra beam sabers sticking around, you can go ahead and add those, but it's going to be a lot more interesting to see the custom parts here that are added on specifically to the Xiphos, as you may not have noticed, but he already has his own Dick Tracy kind of back of the head here, although he's not going to be as flat-topped as the Dark Hound. The D-plate here is very small for the waist section there, and this belongs to the G-Bouncer. But it's this E-plate where things get exciting for Xiphos fans here, and it looks to be very similar in color to what you're seeing on the B-plate. Different from the C in terms of the coloring, but you can see the special and unique parts here from the shoulders, which are looking very cool, detailed, and piratey. Looks like some seals can go on those as well. You're also going to have the waist skirts down here, front and back, looking interesting. And in terms of the weapons, the Dodds Buster H over here is just going to be two pieces that you can go ahead and put together. And then you can see where you're going to have the hook attachment on there and some new side skirts, so you can see that there's no room for beam sabers. Not all that many seals when you go and take a look at it there, as the eyes are going to have some gray underneath that you're actually going to keep on to go along with the green camera lenses there. And otherwise, these large parts here, which slightly worried me as I just took them out of the box, those are just going to go around the edges of the shoulders and hopefully not take away, and actually just add some more color differentiation in a kit that I never expected to find any. Great looking cover art on the box and the manual here, showing off the past, present, and future of the space pirates there, as we also get to see Assam in his White Age 2 back there. But we've got Vivek Rambro, the protagonist here. They're not going to be focusing on him too much, instead just on the mobile suit. And they are going to be talking about the person who Assam would eventually take over for, Captain Angrazo there, looking suitably shonen space pirate-ish. When you go inside, great design on the inside here, as you get to see some more cool poses there with the heat sword looking fantastic. Claw out, and just the fact that a high grade is holding the sword with two hands looks fantastic. It is sort of funny that they're going to say, yes, as you've seen, where not in the anime, that's for sure there. Here he's going to be standing up, looking good. The Dark Hound there in his very dark colors there. They're going to be a little bit of offset with that. And of course, who are they all going to meet? Well, not this guy, but we've got the Legolas Gundam down there, and the Age FX after Kyo reunites with his long-lost accountant. Down here, some more features there as the thruster packs are going to be opening up. Looking great on the stand there, thanks to that hand parts, which are going to do the dual hold. The weapons there, and some more focus there on Assam. And there are the colors. You've got dark purple and dark blue to go along with the gray. That makes up the inner frame and the weapons. But to the business end of the 4-page manual here, as you get to see the plates with a few X's there. What were used on Wolf's white suit and not going to be used here. But after you build up the chest and the arms, you can see where you're going to be putting the seals on there around the shoulders. The hook hand is looking very pirate-ish, and after you've got the lower body put together, it's time to combine and then build up the backpack thrusters, which are always going to be a fun and interchangeable there as you attach those on. Building up the heat sword is going to be pretty simple. It's funny that they don't count the other one because it's actually attached onto the hand. Looking good, especially when you go aerial with the help of an action base too. Gundam Tri-Age Special Card Pack 5, and what do you get inside? Yes, Card Pack 5 indeed. There's only one in here. Shin Matsunaga, the White Wolf. So right off the hop, I've got to say that this was a great unbox, and as the high-grade age line comes to an end, definitely fitting. It's always cool to see whether it's at the end of Seed or with 00 as you get to see some of the manga and the gaiden and the spin-off series get actually represented here in cheap plastic model form. So for 1,500 yen, what are you getting? Well, you're getting an all-white mobile suit, which may be a little plain, but easy and fun to paint up. But here you're getting two different colors for the main body there to go along with gray and silver, shiny silver there for the weapons. All sorts of pleasant surprises, hardly relying on seals whatsoever. Throw in a card, probably my only knock against it so far is that it defaces the cover here. It always would be nice if they do it manga style, so you're not always going to have that in your collection, but otherwise I can't wait to put this kit together and add to the pirate collection. Anyway everybody, Robert184, gundam.tk, thanks for watching, let me know what you think, and stick around for lots more news, reviews, and everything else you can use. See ya! You're lucky I didn't get my hands on this camera, or I would have interrupted the middle of the review instead of showing up here at the end. Don't think for even a minute that you're taking over my mascot gig there, Robert Lucci.